What's going on, comic fans? It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe and sound. Today, I wanted to talk about 5 new series from Boom Studios that I recently read. They're series that I'm either going to keep up with or I enjoyed because they're over. Some of these will be continuing, some of these will not. I love Boom Studios. For whatever reason, they seem to just pick up the right creators with the right stories. And it seems like almost everything published by them is excellent. So we're going to talk about 5 series in total from Boom Studios. But first, let me tell you about a place where you can get those series in trade paperback form, or one day the hardcover form once it is out. That is organicpricebooks.com. They are a sponsor of our show, of our channel. They have been the sponsor of a few giveaways that we've done at this point. And organicpricebooks.com is our most highest recommended place to go when you're purchasing new official releases from the big publishers: DC, Marvel, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, etc., etc. You can pre-order, you can order stuff that's on back order, you can of course order things that are in stock as well. Crazy. But it's a fantastic website, a great place. JP does an amazing job of shipping things out very quickly, very well packaged. You know, he cares about the books that you're getting. He cares about his business, and it shows. It's a fantastic place, and we've absolutely loved using it to make our own purchases and place our own orders. So I can't recommend it enough. With the code THC2, you'll get an extra $2 off your order, and you can use that on every order moving forward. So enjoy. Go pick up some incredible oversized hardcovers, omnibuses, absolute editions, deluxe editions, library editions. Oh my god, it never ends. So many great books coming out. A lot of them are great hardcover editions. But today I wanted to talk about 5 Boom stories. So let's get into that. The first series I wanted to talk about is called Origins. This is a 6-issue mini-series, obviously published by Boom Studios. This started coming out in 2020, wrapped up in 2021. It is written by Clay McLeod Chapman with artwork by Jacob Rebelka and Patricio Del Pesce. I'm sorry if I'm ruining anyone's last name. I try the best that I can, but I'm not perfect. Either way, this story follows a couple characters. I'm going to try to give, obviously, as little spoilers as I can because these are all relatively new stories, and I want you all to read them. It sort of follows these 2 characters. One is a female, the other is a male, named Dave. And they're in this sort of post-apocalyptic but also very lush and tropical world. There are some robots in this world. There are some creatures in this world. It's very, very interesting what happened. There is sort of a corruption of vegetation that happened, a bioorganic virus, if you will, that sort of eradicated the planet and has now left it in this post-apocalyptic state. The artwork is fantastic. It's not incredibly detailed or anything, but it's these beautiful, what seem like paintings, these stunning colors that I absolutely loved looking at. A beautiful book. The story is fantastic as well. I don't know if it's adapted from something. It might be, because I think the script is just by McLeod. I think someone else had sort of come up with this idea. Please let us know down in the comments below if you are more aware of this than I am. Clearly, I'm not very well informed, but I really enjoyed the story. It was 6 issues of trying to put the pieces together as to what's happening. Who is this character? Who is this female that he's with? You come up with your own theories, and then, whether it actually turns out that your theories are right or wrong, well, I'm not going to spoil anything. It's a fantastic story. I can't wait to get this into a Boom anthology bind that I'm definitely going to be doing with pretty much every title that I talk about today, because I really enjoyed them all, and I really recommend them all. But Origins is the first one. Go check it out. A nice 6-issue mini, one and done story that'll get you excited and keep you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Second series I wanted to talk about is called 7 Secrets. As of this recording, there are 7 issues out. I think it's definitely going to go up until 12. It might even go beyond that. I'm not entirely sure, but I read the first 6 issues. This is written by Tom Taylor with artwork by Danielle Di Nicolo. Again, I'm sorry if I butcher any names throughout this video. I feel like I need to repeat that because I feel bad. I feel bad. I have a name that's been butchered. I know what it's like. I don't want to butcher other people's names, but I'm doing it and I apologize for it. Seven Secrets is a blast. I was totally taken aback by this series. Essentially, what the high-level storyline is there are seven secrets in the world. Every one of the secrets, it's either a physical object, it's an idea, it could be it's something, right? And each of these seven secrets has essentially a holder and a keeper. So two people assigned to each secret in this organization that, you know, basically takes care of the secrets. And then there's this sort of opposing organization that sends out seekers to go and find these secrets and take them from the holder and keeper pair. It's very interesting, very, very interesting stuff. That sort of explaining it like that just now gave me a little bit of the Quidditch Harry Potter vibes with the different names of the balls, but nothing like that at all. The artwork is amazing. I really, really love the artwork. Oh, and of course, with the story, I should finish with the little synopsis of the story. And two of these agents happen to have a child which is forbidden, and the child was raised within the order. I think it's called the Order of the Seven, and he's now become part of the order, and he is now part of. He's basically a holder of a secret. It's very, very exciting stuff. There's a lot of drama. You find out a lot about his history as a character as he was growing up. A lot of history of within the organization, within, you know, different characters in the organization. Overall, the first 6 issues gave me a similar vibe to like when I read Full Metal Alchemist for the first time, which is a kind of a crazy reference to make, but if anyone's read Full Metal Alchemist, if you're a fan of that, you will absolutely adore this. I love the artwork, I love the writing. It's a very intriguing storyline, with very compelling characters, great dialogue, and a plot that keeps you invested the entire time. Can't recommend it enough. Seven Secrets. The third series I want to talk about is called Ronin Island. It's a 12-issue series. I think 12 is the last issue. I think it's done. This is written by Greg Pak with artwork by Giannis Milogiannis. A fantastic story. I went in again with almost no expectations, just knowing it's a Boom title, it's probably going to be fun, and it was. It follows, it essentially follows an island, which is where the title Ronin Island comes from. You have an island separated from the mainland of, I assume it must be Japan, considering we're talking about samurai, but either way, it's off the mainland, and basically these people have been on this island. It's got a combination of various people. It's got some Koreans, you know, various Asian people live there, and basically the island has been self-sustaining. These people rely on one another. They have a motto, together in strength. You know, things like that. It's a very tight-wound community, and one day an ambassador of the Shogun comes, and they start wondering, you know, how the Shogun's dead, like, how do we know you're real? And things spiral out of control there. There's sort of this, I don't want to say zombie, there's a sort of mutant infestation happening in the mainland, and they recruit the help of the island and the various samurai there to combat it. A very great story. It's really cool to see. You know, the story sort of moves in a way that's unexpected. The pacing is very odd, but it's really nice to see the characters grow in correlation with this weird pacing. The artwork is, you know, not the greatest artwork, but I think it suits the story very well, and it kind of, you know, translates nicely in that way, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't mind it at all. I thought the mutants looked really, really cool, and I thought the action was enjoyable enough. It does get relatively gory, but again, you're dealing with like these mutant zombie things, so not necessarily a terrible thing. I think 12 issues is a perfect number for it. I personally have only read 8. I need to finish the series myself, but I'm very excited to do so. It was a great time. I highly recommend checking out Ronin Island if you're into the samurai vibe. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. If you're a fan of Greg Pak, it's him doing what he does best. The fourth series I want to talk about is We Only Find Them When They're Dead, written by Al Ewing with artwork by Simone Di Meo. Wow. Phenomenal stuff. I really like Al Ewing. I think he's done some excellent comics. Immortal Hulk, one of the best Marvel titles out right now, all because of that man and Joe Bennett. This is an incredible story. For one, I really need to give Simone a huge, massive shout out on the artwork. Stunning. Just absolutely stunning, breathtaking. We'll talk about the story a little bit because Al Ewing set up something fantastic here, a very exciting and unique idea in my opinion. Basically, the high level plot line for this book is it's the year, I think it's the 24th century in this storyline, and at this point there are these gods showing up, these massive godlike beings that are just showing up. Their corpses are showing up in the universe, and you have I guess like a universal organization that has been set up to mine these corpses. And basically when people mine these corpses, they select a spot that they're going to mine for the day. They come in their starships, they mine that spot, and they take what they get from it, whether it's meat, some sort of gel, whatever it may be, right? You have, of course, rules and regulations here, and the story follows the crew of one ship in particular. I believe it's called the Valhalla 2. It's a crew of 4, and it's very intriguing because they come up with a plan to do something that's entirely unexpected, and meanwhile you find out that one of the sort of security patrol type characters within this organization that's part of this entire ensemble of spaceships that is mining these god corpses, this character named Richter has a past with one of the characters on this ship. George, they always add the S at the end, but the S must be silent, right? Again, I don't want to spoil too much. There are 6 issues out, I think, as of this recording, and there are definitely going to be more coming out in the near future. I'm very excited for this because the artwork is stunning. The plot is very intriguing. I keep wanting to find out more about the past of these characters and what happened to lead them up to here. There are some very powerful quotes in this book with some incredibly emotional scenes. It's really well done. It's a haunting book with you sort of feel the haunting emptiness of space in it. It's very well done, a very intriguing concept with these god corpses, and I don't want to spoil what happens. It's a really insane first 6 issues, so I highly recommend checking it out. This is definitely a book that I'm going to be binding or hopefully getting the deluxe edition for one day. Check it out. We only find them when they're dead. The last book I want to talk about is called Wynd. This is written by James Tynion IV with artwork by Michael Dialanis. A fun story, a really fun book. I think now, as of this recording, there are 6 issues out. The issues, as far as I'm aware, are all oversized, meaning they're around 40-ish pages each. A really fun story. It follows a character named Wynd who works for a bar, a B&B sort of. He's, sort of the cook, not the cook, but he delivers all the food to the people, and it turns out he's unfortunately living in a part of the world that is not a fan of people that have any sort of magic within them, and Wynd, for whatever reason, does have some magic in him. Wynd has these pointy ears, and pointy ears are an indicator of some sort of magic. It may not have manifested in him yet, but there's some sort of magic hidden within Wynd. He's a really cool character. He's super going, very just trying to enjoy his life. He's just trying to survive life. He's different in that way. Just a confused character. He doesn't know what he wants aside from living a normal life, but he knows how hard that's going to be for various other reasons. He's also attracted to, I think it's the gardener or the gardener's son, and he knows that because of the fact that he's a magical being, he'll never be able to approach this person, build a relationship with them, build a family with them. So it's very heartbreaking in that regard. And then you've got characters like the Bandaged Man who comes in, and the Bandaged Man is this I'm not going to spoil too much, but he's got a dark past with magical beings. You've got these sort of spriddles showing up, I think is what they're called, these basically magical plant-like beings that are showing up in the gardens again, which is totally unacceptable. There's so much going on in this book. It's such a fun adventure. If you're a fan of things like like Harry Potter or really any sort of book with a character who's trying to find their way, who's lost, even something like Spider-Man, if you're a fan of anything like that, this is a great book for you. I think this is a great book for younger audiences as well. It's not gory, it's not very graphic. It's unlike Something Is Killing the Children. This is definitely James Tynion IV being a lot tamer with his writing. So I highly recommend checking out Wynd. I'm very excited to bind this book as well. I really like the artwork by Michael Dialanis. perfectly suits the tone of the book. It's very light, it's very colorful, it's very exciting, and then it's very haunting when it has to be as well, to leave an impact on you as a reader. Highly recommend it. Check out Wynd from Boom Studios. Those are 5 series I highly recommend checking out. They're all very relatively new, 2020, 2019 at the earliest. So stuff that's, either completed or still continuing. Most of these are still continuing. So I highly recommend checking them all out and binding them if you can. We did do other videos for Boom Studio titles, so of course I've mentioned other titles that I didn't mention on this video today, so check those out. I'll leave links for those down in the description below. Let me know some other new Boom titles that you're excited about, that you've been reading. I know there are a few others that have been coming out now, like The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, Proctor Valley Road. I haven't included those because there are only 1 or 2 issues and I wanted stuff with at least 5 issues. But let us know down in the comments below what you thought, what some of your favorite Boom Studios titles are. Check out Organic Price Books if you're looking for a place to get new official releases from DC, Marvel, Image, IDW, Dark Horse, etc. Use the code THC2, will get you an extra $2 off. And until next time, as always, you stay classy, Internet.